Hello guys! Nandito na naman tayo. We are already live here at Global TV Network. And actually, kagagaling ko lang din ng live sa kanina with Doc Chet, yung Mompreneur MD. I hope you guys are watching there. And I hope nakasabay kayo. Because right now, we are already live here in Global TV Network. So, come, let's all learn something today because alam natin magki-Christmas na, and comes Christmas is the series of feasting. Of course, magpi-fiesta na naman tayo. So how to go about it? How to go about the Christmas 2020 without the risk of kung ano-ano man ang mangyayari tuwing fiesta, no? So, iba inaatake, yung iba lumalaki bigla, yung iba it may not sound common, but actually merong mga tao na nagkakaroon ng infections, no? Like even mga abscess. Ako as an ENT practitioner, comes late December and early January, meron kaming surge of patients who come in with abscess ng ipin, abscess sa liig, kung ano-anong mga infections, no? Or yung mga previous na inoperahan at bigla-biglang nagko-complicate. So all of those, it has something to do with the feasting, yung fiesta na nangyari during Christmas. Yung iba, nagkakaroon din ng heart attack, strokes, no? Kung kailan pa, magre-reunion na kasi umuwi lahat, hindi makasabay kasi nasa ICU. Of course, I don't want any of that to happen, and that's why nandito tayo ngayon, so that we can be guided on how to do feasting during the Christmas season and holiday season without the risk of all of those. Okay? So, guys, kung meron ng mga family members nyo dyan na gustong-gusto nyo rin mag-learn about this way of life that we are promoting, that we are experiencing, that we are savoring, no, and enjoying, please feel free to share this and tag them so that makapanood din sila before we officially start. So before that, I would like to say hi to our live audience right now. Janard Centino, thank you so much. Hello, Ness. Always there, always listening. Maraming salamat. Merry Christmas. I will just give me a little time and ipopost natin to sa ating page kasi I think yung ibang followers natin, no, most of our low carbers and fasters nandun pa sa episode namin ni Doc Jet. Doc Jet is ay co-alumni, no? Pareho kami ng medical school, but hindi lang kami nag-abot ng med school, and I'm so glad that I finally get to meet her, kahit online pa lang. I've been following her, and she also been following me, and we are part of low-carb feasting and fasting community na nagpro-promote ng lifestyle that we are promoting. That is, low-carb man siya sabihin, but it's actually the natural human diet. Yun yung natural human diet that we want everybody to start doing. So, hello Princess! Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello Joe! Salamat po. For those of you who are watching, drop by your message. Huwag masyadong shy type. Si EJ, alam kong nandyan ka. Huwag ka nang mahiya kung mag-comment ka so that I can see you. Oh, silent reader ka lang dyan. Ganyan ka na lang parati. Let me know. Let others know that you're here so that we can enjoy more. Okay? So, comes Christmas. Ano na ba tayo ngayon? So, it's already 21. And medyo malapit na talaga. We only have 2 more days left before the holiday will start. We are actually quite lucky here in the Philippines kasi sa ibang lugar, like for example, my brother who just came back from Dubai. He worked in Dubai together with his wife for 4 years. So 4 years, wala silang Christmas break, wala silang ganyan. Of course, they celebrated with the Filipino community there, with their families there in Dubai. Pero yung holiday talaga, walang ganon. It's just Philippines. The Philippine government, sinaspoil nila talaga tayo. Lahat ng religion, merong kanilang sariling holiday. And there's no way for us to maximize that but to spend it with family and friends and eat and enjoy this time. Pero you make sure na hindi tayo maaalanganin. Okay? So we can do that by feasting safely. So how to do a safe na feasting, no? Paano mag-enjoy ng pagkain? Paano mabubusog pero hindi tataba? Paano mabubusog pero hindi mangangailangan dalhin sa ospital? Paano mabubusog at kumain ng matatamis kung kinakailangan na hindi sasakit ang ngipin. So, all of those are something that we will talk about. Okay? So, we will invite muna. I think Maming just came in. Si Maming ba yan? Kakauwi lang ni Maming. Okay? So, sino pa bang nandyan? Let's see. Evie, Cha, Susan, EJ, very good. At last, nag-comment ka na din. So, alam kong nandyan ka. Hello to Mona! I'm sure you're there. Maraming salamat for watching. So, ano ba? Let me throw in the first question. Ano ba yung unang plano nyo for Christmas? Are you a low carber na are you gonna go strict low carb during this whole time? Or baka naman this time you will consider as parang cheat day, no? Of course, we don't call it cheat day. We can call it as planned feasting. In book 1 of Perfect at Last series, no? I know EJ kakatapos lang niya one sitting lang or one higaan lang. Nakaupo ka ba nun, EJ, habang binabasa mo yung book or nakahiga? So, one time lang, naubos niyang basahin yung book 1. There is a part there how to do kasi yung usual cheat kasi but cheat is something that we like to avoid saying kasi yung term na cheat para siyang merong negative implication. Sorry, yung doggy ko. Trixie boy, come here. Trixie boy. Yung mga doggy may dumating kasi yung mga stocks ni Maming sa kanyang business. Okay? So, ano ba? Is it a planned feast for you? Is it a planned feast? Or are you gonna stay low carb? Of course, you can do both. Pwede kayong mag-feast and at the same time, kung gusto nyo rin magstay ng low carb, pwede din. So, that is Maming behind me. Kaya lang magiging yan si Trixie Boy. So, pasok muna sa room. Trixie Boy, inside, Trixie Boy. Okay. So, hello Mel. Thank you so much for watching. Good afternoon. Maraming salamat for watching. We are live now and invite muna natin yung ibang kasama natin para makita nila. And so, we can start. So, ano ba talaga ang way of life natin? Ano ba talaga? How to go about it? If you've been with us this 4 p.m. together with Doc Jet, malalaman nyo, we discussed the basics of low-carb feasting and fasting community. Hello, John! Maraming salamat sa panonood. I hope you can share this to your page as well para makita ng lahat and we can learn as well. So, one way. So, for me, I will go on first, no, sa plano kong gawin. So, my plan is, initially, nagplan akong mag-fasting before the Christmas season. But recently, with my brother coming home and everything that's going on, I think I would just still stick with my normal schedule. Yung normal schedule ko is either OMAD or TMAD. So, that is eating 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day. Yun lang. Dalawa lang yan. Maximum. So, comes Christmas, by 24, we are gonna be so busy. So, that is the first tip that I would like to share. Be busy during daytime. Magpaka-busy ka. I'm sure maraming gagawin. You can be busy preparing food, you help your mom, or you do the dishes yourself, or do everything for you to prepare for that Christmas. I'm sure maraming gagawin. If you don't have work, for sure, meron kang possible reports or backlogs or kung ano man. Or maglinis ka ng kwarto mo. That is something that I'd like to do, na maglinis. Kaya lang, wala pa akong time. So, excuse muna yung paglilinis. I will just focus more on baking kasi marami kaming orders with DIY donuts and LCF essentials. I'm so happy na marami nang nakakagusto and learning to love, to apply, to embrace this low-carb lifestyle, na nag-order na sila ng kanilang tower donuts na low carb, no? So that's zero sugar. Around yung initial namin na menu doon per donut, parang mga 1 gram of net carbs. But now we have revised our recipe na magkakaroon na siya around 0.5 to 0.7 grams of net carbs. Halos hindi aabot ng 1 gram ang per donut na recipe. So you can really enjoy. So, that is something that I'll do. I will be busy on the 24th. I will prepare the meals. And of course, even if kami lang dito sa bahay, we usually feast, no? Because we love eating, we love food. Akala kasi ng iba, kapag nagpa-fasting ka, parang nag-say no ka na sa food. Actually, with fasting, you will get to savor eating. You will get to savor more foods. You will get to savor each feast time because you know that you've earned it. You know that that eating time will be of no guilt whatsoever because it's either you prepared for it or you can just fast after, no? So, yun, kailangan talaga naka-mindset kayo on what to do. It's always good to visualize what you plan for the day and what you want to do in your day so that ma-execute talaga ng maganda. So, that's one thing. You have to be very busy. That is something that you can do. Another thing is also, you can start doing your New Year's resolution. I know matagal pa ang New Year, but I don't believe, I understand, no, na maganda talaga magsimula sa day 1 ng calendar or kung ano-ano man. But actually, maganda din magsimula as soon as possible. So you can start working on it as soon as possible. Kasi kapag pinapadelay natin, the tendency is we will never really know as to when we really start. And most of the time, if we do that, it's going to be too late. So, for your 2021 plans and goals and resolutions, you can start working on that on 24 so that para magkaroon ka ng time to think well, and you can do that by fasting. Of course, kapag naka-fast ka kasi, mas klaro yung pag-iisip mo. For me, right now, although ako, kasi kanina kasi mag 24 hours na sana akong fasting ngayon, kaya lang nagluto ako ng cheesecake kanina. So, ganon, napatikim ako, yun, na-break ko siya at, anong oras na yun? 2 o'clock, 2:30, around 20 hours naman. At least naka 20 hours ako. And, hindi ako masyado nagkakape, but I know it's going to be a busy night and day. I've just had my session with Doc Jet, no? Nag-live din tayo with Mompreneur MD. She is a pediatrician. And at the same time, a low-carb practitioner. So, nagpa-practice din siya ng low-carb and fasting. Intermittent fasting. I think nag-on and off siya before, and I'm so happy to know na with this pregnancy, kasi naging GDM siya. GDM is gestational diabetes. That is diabetes na nag-diagnose during pregnancy period or immediately pregnant, immediate postpartum, basta related sa pagbubuntis. That is GDM. And I'm sure maraming ganyan, no, na hindi man diabetic na frank, but nagkaroon lang na yung diabetes when they got pregnant, and it's already a sign, no, naka-share niya last time, na kahit bread lang, isang pirasong bread lang yung nakain niya, mag-shoot up na yung sugar niya. And that is actually a sign of insulin resistance. Meaning, your body is already not responding to insulin the right way. Wherein, supposedly, kapag kumain ka niyan, it will be lowered down immediately. But, kapag hindi na siya na-lower down, it is probably because na hindi na siya ganon ka-sensitive. And it's something that can hurt the mother, but can hurt the child more, no? Mas nakakatakot actually. Hello, Sir Norwin. Thank you so much for always being there. Sir Norwin, siya yung bossing natin sa Global TV Network. Thank you so much po. Hello to your beautiful wife, Miss Angie. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much. Yes, feel free to share this. So, it comes with your New Year's resolution or your way of life, no? Kapag ini-improve mo to. If you have not been into low carb and fasting lifestyle, you can actually start either today or on Christmas Day. Kapag ginawa mo yon, it will be such a feast every Christmas. Kasi kami na mga low carbers at fasters, we have this fasting anniversary. Mine is February. February 1 is my fasting anniversary. That's why this year, before the pandemic, we did a Thanksgiving and book launching here in Bacolod to commemorate my fasting anniversary at the same time. Kasi it will always be good. So imagine if you are a new low carber, no, or faster, or for example nagkikito ka lang at naglo-low carb but hindi ka nagpa-fasting, you can make December 24 your fasting anniversary. You can fast during your last meal, for example, would be dinner of 23, no? Or even afternoon of 23, say for example, 5 p.m. And you can eat on the 24th starting 5 p.m. So imagine, you might just be able to do your first 24 hours of fasting. Oh, I saw my good friend, my very, very beloved Palangga, Mane. So, Cherise is my good friend. Expert na yan. And she was our guest few weeks before, no? I'm sure, I don't know anong plan niya ngayon. Kung magpa-fast ba o ano. Ako siguro, baka I will just stay OMAD or just 24. No more 48 muna. I would like to enjoy this December. And for the first time, no, before, I know I wrote in the books na not to weigh yourself para hindi ka masyadong maging dependent sa weighing scale. But honestly, I've been weighing myself because I have to monitor. Because, you know, I want to share with you my journey. But this December, I didn't weigh myself. I only weighed during day 1. And either I will weigh again comes January 1 or baka hindi na ako mag-weigh. We will have to ditch the weighing scale kasi hindi lang naman yon ang basihan ng health. Okay? What is important is what you feel, what you feel within your body, how healthy you feel, how light you feel, how clean you feel. That's why we have this Clean and Lean December. Clean and lean, kahit hindi pa man masyadong obvious, kahit hindi pa ganun ka-evident, but we can start this with our mind, no? Thoughts becomes reality. Kailangan nyong i-accept yan. Thoughts becomes reality. So as much as possible, we have to fill in our thoughts with just the good stuff. All the good things lang. Walang kailangang bad stuff dyan. Kung meron mga bad stuff, if pag-pray nyo lang yan, you have to forgive the people, the object, or the entity na nag-cause sa inyo ng bad vibes, and you just let it go and give it to the universe, and eventually, it will turn around to something good. So, sino to? Charissa, OMAD over the weekend since birthday. Birthday week. Yeah, over the weekend. We'll fast on 23rd and 24th. We'll eat on Christmas Day lunch na. Oh, grabe. Hindi ka mag-noche buena. Actually, okay lang din. Actually, hindi naman. We are not practicing Catholic naman. So, wala talaga kami. But we just do that per tradition. And it's something like a reason to celebrate and to just give hug to my mother and to my family and to just a reason to celebrate. But understand, okay na okay lang 24. 25, feast din. So, I think I'm gonna do OMAD or TMAD. TMAD on 24, pero gabi na ako magsisimula. And also, comes 25, I think late ako matutulog, late ako gigising rather. Late ako gigising. So, I will have to extend lang siguro my overnight fast at baka mag-OMAD na lang or baka feast din. We don't know. It's all good. What is good with this lifestyle? It is so flexible. Sometimes your plan may not work, but you can always, all the tools that you need are already with you so that you can adjust. Hello, Inay Ara! Thank you so much for watching. Ang ganda-ganda. And sino yon? Raymond Danico. I've been a silent follower and have been in LCIF since September. Wow! Lost 17 kilograms. Among other advantages, just knew that Alvin and Andrew are my schoolmates in high school. Wow! Schoolmates in high school. So, sa ano yan? Alam ko kung saan school yan. Kasi doon lang sila nagka-schoolmate. Kasi my brother Andrew, alam mo, ano siya, di ba? Same school with Alvin, our eldest brother, first year and second year. Third year, fourth year, nag-transfer na siya ng school. I'm so glad, kahit pa paano, I was able to help you. It's okay, walang problema yan. Kahit silent reader pa yan, it's okay. What is important, it is your own journey. Nandito lang kami, tulad ni Inay Ara, nila Sir Dave, with the LCIF family. Nag-help lang yan to any way we can. All of this, but this journey, you can take it as your own, no? We don't need credits, actually. We don't need acknowledgement. For me, knowing na naka-benefit ka, 17 kilograms lost will already mean pain lost, maintenance medications lost, improvement on loss of brain fog, loss of focus, all those. Now, it's just all benefits. So, we are happy. And of course, if you get to share these benefits, not just like what you did, it's an extra special bonus na for us. Okay? Parang ano na lang yan, cherry on top. But we don't lose focus by sharing this advocacy and this learning and whatever we can learn para ma-share natin sa inyo so that everybody can help. There is no such thing as kukulangin ang mundo. There is enough for everyone. So, huwag madamot. Huwag talaga madamot kasi hindi mangyayari na kukulangin tayo. Kukulangin lang tayo kapag nagdadamot tayo. So, we share when we can, we give when we can. I love you, Inayara. Sobrang pa-heart mo na dyan. Maraming salamat. I think you already shared this with the LCIF family to your 2 million members no, of LCIF. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm so happy na I get to be a part of it. So, thank you so much. So, ano pa ba ang mga masishare niyong tips for this way of life? So, my friend Cherise said, no Noche Buena since I am alone. Okay lang yan. We're gonna do video call. I'm sure magkikipag-video chat ka with family. It's okay. Wala naman tayong problema sa pagiging alone. Kasi yung Christmas, nasa puso natin yan. So, it's all in our heart and we have our own way to enjoy this, no? Whether alone or for me with my dogs, nasa na yung mga dogs ko? Nasa loob pa, and our loved ones, and actually even alone. Kami before ng sister ko, we used to live alone, like she in Manila and I was in Cebu, and we were never lonely. Alone doesn't need to be lonely. You can maximize those times so that yung mga kailangan mong gawin, you can reflect on yourself and know what to do, and eventually, yes, alone but not lonely, and eventually, makikater natin yan. And one thing, as for me, no, there's one thing that before kasi, things are uncertain. Pwede uncertain yung mga bagay-bagay. But one thing before na parang hindi talaga namin ma-put in control is our health. Because as you know, yung family namin, family of diabetics, no, from my lolo to my dad to his siblings, all of them are diabetics. 4 of them already died of diabetes complications. And akala namin, yun na lang talaga papupuntahan namin. Like, it's a no escape. That's why I also started this way of life. I started fasting. I started doing low carb because I know something was not working. And discovering fasting has been a life-changing event na hindi na ako natatakot ngayon mag-fiesta. Hindi na ako natatakot magpalechon kapag Christmas. Hindi na ako natatakot na kailangan pwedeng kumain ng back ribs, no? And before then, hindi na rin kami kumakain ng sweets. But now, with low-carb essentials, with LCIF goodies, of course, you can enjoy those sweet treats, no? Especially on special occasions like this. So, pwedeng-pwede yan. As long as you want, or depending on what you want, you can find a way to do it. So, come again with this Christmas. How can we feast safely? Of course, number 1 is avoid the number 1 culprit. Anong number 1 culprit natin? Of course, it's the sugar. Okay? Avoid number 1 culprit. So, as much as possible, you can prepare dishes na walang masyadong carbs, walang masyadong sugars, and so that you can enjoy a full meal. However, if ever hindi talaga ma-avoid, like right then and there, marami talagang pagkain, like it's a must, no? For example, yung lola mo, kailangan talaga magluto ng kanyang specialty na fruit salad at ma-hurt siya kapag hindi ka kumain. So, of course, you can eat that. But what you can do is to counter its effect by either eating less, kontian lang. Maybe half serving would be about 20 grams siguro, roughly. I haven't checked, pero somewhat like that. Kasi yung full servings usually is about 50 grams of carbs eh. So, half of that, maybe 25 grams, you can spare that. But, if gusto mo talagang mag-fiesta, like kainin mo. So, you can plan your fasting before that or after that. Either way. Remember, insulin effect will last in your body for 18 hours. Kapag kumain ka, for example, ng umaga, no? Kapag kumain ka, for example, ng tinapay. Kapag kumain ka ng tinapay, that moment mismo, for example, 8 a.m., tataas na yung sugar mo, tataas yung insulin mo. Kapag tumaas na yung insulin mo, yung sugar mo bababa na. Kasi yung insulin, it will act on it. Papasok niya sa cells, no? But, yung insulin, hindi pa mawawala yan. The insulin will stay there for 18 hours. And during those 18 hours, if you continue to eat lunchtime, snacks, dinner, its effect, that is fat storage o ang hindi paggamit ng taba para gawing energy in the form of ketones as on the process of ketosis during that 18 hours. nung simula kang kumain ng tinapay, it will all be fat storage and stop fat burning. Okay? Hindi ka nagbe-burn ng fat during that time. So, if ever you will choose to eat carbs, it's for me, no? Whenever I choose to eat carbs, as much as possible, I eat it the last thing in the day. Okay? It's the last thing that I eat in a day. So that yung effect niya, yung fat storage niya, hindi na ma-include yung mga nakain kong matataba at mga kung anek-anek para maging fats, para ma-utilize sila. So, I make sure that I eat those sweets the last thing. Okay? And after that, I count my fasting. After that last high carbohydrate intake, yung carbo na yon, my next intake supposedly will be at least 18 hours faster. Okay? So that kahit makakain man ako ng regular cake or regular, ano bang paborito ko na regular? Ano ba? Wala na ngayon eh. Kasi yung gusto ko, leche flan, cheesecake, meron ng low carb ngayon eh. So, parang wala talaga akong masyadong na-miss. With pasta, meron na rin shirataki. Ano pa ba? Soft drinks, hindi rin na ako nagso-soft drinks. No more cravings for soft drinks. I think, na lang ako, kombucha, or yung apple cider vinegar juice. Alam niyo ba yan? You just get a tablespoon of apple cider, and then, lagyan sa tubig, like half sa baso ng tubig, at saka punuin ito ng ice. Sobrang sarap. Sobrang refreshing. So, we call this ACV kombucha, or apple cider vinegar kombucha. Kasi it's malasang kombucha talaga, especially if you put sweetener in it. Pero kapag naka-fasting ka, pwede lang walang sweetener. And if you feel like celebrating, like kapag holiday, you can put in a little sweetener of choice. Of course, low carb din. We have allulose, monk fruit, stevia, erythritol, xylitol, all of those. And yung fruits, you can also consider na as sweet, no? At least healthier choice siya than the real sugary sweets, no? So, that is okay also. So, that's what I'll do. Either I fast before or I fast after, but as much as possible, you make sure that the moment you eat a high carbohydrate food, a sugar spiking food, no? Yung mga pagkain na nakapagpapataas ng sugar, you make sure that after that is magpa-fast ka din ng 18 hours. And if not, for example, like I know a family member, no, yung in-laws ko, after 24, pagka 25 ng lunch, reunion sa family. So, hindi talaga makakapag-fast. So, it's okay. You can do successive feasting for 2 days. After, for example, Noche Buena, 12 midnight, at saka syempre banding-banding pa, matatapos siguro ng mga alauna, no? 1 or 2 a.m., depende kung kailan. And by 12 noon, may kain na naman. So, kung gising ka na at fiesta na, yes, of course, you can still eat. But as what we talk about with Doc Jet sa previous episode natin, nakaka-live na natin with Mompreneur MD, you can also try na kapag kumakain ka, you can also try na hindi kailangan punong-puno. So, or if you can fast, pwede din. You can just delay. Delay it as soon as possible because fasting is qualified as fasting. Magiging qualified na siya as fasting after 12 hours. Okay? 12 hours is the technical number of hours na you are fasting. You consider as fasting because 12 hours studies show na doon na magsisimula ang ketosis or fat burning. It is not yet full fat burning. Kasi you can still feed on glucose, your body can still feed on what's left, no, like glycogen sa liver mo. But if you've been on keto diet beforehand or low carb diet beforehand, or kahit hindi ka pa nag-fast, no, but you ate low carb, 12 hours can still actually retain your ketosis. Pwedeng on ketosis ka pa din. Kahit hindi ka nag-fasting. Because ketones or ketosis is the byproduct. Ito yung produkto ng pagbe-burn ng taba sa katawan para gawing energy in lieu of sugar. Instead of sugar na nakasanayan natin, we are now utilizing yung mga taba. So, you can give that as yourself, no? You can give that to yourself this Christmas, no? As your gift to yourself, rather. Yun, para maging healthy ka ngayong Christmas at walang fear na baka i-rush ka sa kung saan-saan, especially sa mga listeners natin na meron ng diabetes, meron ng heart attack. I'm really not kidding. Meron talagang surge. I'm not sure kung meron nang gumawa ng study niyan. For those of you who are into the medical field, maybe you can make a research on it. Meron talaga, but as to my personal experience, there is really this surge of patients, no? Mas maraming patients starting end of December talaga. And it's, if you will check their blood sugar, yung HbA1c, there's two way to say na diabetes ka in general public, ha. It is to check your FBS or fasting blood sugar. And another way to do it is HbA1c. HbA1c is like your average blood sugar during the last 3 months. So, alam nyo ba, yung mga patients namin noon, I realized that they're really been binge eating, especially yung mga bata pa, like early 20s, even teenagers. Nirarush na sa hospital kasi nagka-abscess, no? Nagnana yung mga ipin nila, ng kung ano-anong may tumubong, sa like, pimple na malaki sa ilong nila. So, yung pimple sa ilong is actually quite something na dangerous, no? Kasi meron yung danger triangle. Ganyan, danger triangle. Yung triangle sa ilong, it's considered a danger triangle kasi it can lead to cavernous sinus thrombosis. Kasi may blood supply dyan na pwedeng merong connection sa utak. So, kapag nagkaroon ka ng pimple sa ilong or sa tawag natin sa danger triangle ng mukha, sometimes we have to admit kasi baka risk yan for CVT, cavernous sinus thrombosis, CST, okay? So, delikado yan. So, when we check their blood sugar, sobrang taas yung fasting blood sugar nila. To think, ang babata pa. So, really, alam natin, so right then and there, parang pwede sila ma-diagnose as diabetes, or it could just possibly be stress hyperglycemia, meaning tumaas yung glucose mo because of stress, especially nang nagkasakit ka. But when we check their HbA1c, yung blood sugar monitoring that will give you the average sugar level mo for the last 3 months, normal na normal. Sometimes it's low because young people, especially those na maganda yung pangangatawan, maganda yung physically active, yung mga lalaki na parating nagbabasketball, actually, maganda yung sugar control nila. So, because they're still young, sobrang insulin sensitive pa sila. So, kahit kumakain sila ng mga high carbs, immediately, na ipapasok lang sa mga cells, no? And especially if they are active, ganon. So, okay yung blood sugar nila. But, during that season, biglang tumaas. And it is because of binge eating during that holiday season. So, that is something that I want you to avoid. Avoid getting rushed to the hospital, especially on normal days and especially during this pandemic. Kailangan nating iwasan na magkaroon tayo ng emergency these days. We don't want to be in the wrong places at the same time, no? Mahirap yan. So, thank you so much. Greet muna tayo sa ating mga nandito. Hello, Saja Rosalina. Maayong gabi kanimo. So, Bisaya, manisira Saja. But I know you are now based in Manila. That's Tita Ging. Hello, Tita Ging. One of our models yan. So, Tita Ging, sobrang sexy na hindi tumatanda. Hindi ko alam nga kung ano ng edad niya. Nung una ko siya nakilala, parang, I think, mga 40 years old siya. Hanggang ngayon, mga 20 years ago na, ganun pa rin yung mukha niya. Hindi siya naman. Although last time, gano'ng kakataba last time? Gano'ng kakataba, Tita Ging? Gano'ng kakalaki before? Ganyan kalaki. And now, no? 74 kilos?
Yes.
Ngayon?
63.
63 na lang, imagine. So, that's Tita Ging. Tita Ging is here right now helping Mami kasi Mami is not feeling so good at saka Papi also. So, she's here helping us. Thank you. Sige, daan-daan ka lang dyan. Prepare ka ba ng food? Sige. Ganon. So, sino pa ba ang nandito? Marian, Merry Christmas. Annabelle Vicky, thank you so much. Lilibeth, super informative. Thank you, Lily. Marami pa tayong kailangan i-discuss, pero mamaya. Discuss na. Greet muna natin yung iba. So, Annabelle Vicky Oduhan, thank you so much. My dear Charisse, yes, pareho yan. Okay lang yan. Alone but not lonely. Sanay tayo. We are secured with ourselves. And thank you again, Inay Ara, for sharing this video to LCIF family. I hope kung meron kayong mga tips dyan on what you do to stay to stay safe, and at the same time, stay healthy, and at the same time, still enjoying the holiday like it's a normal feast, no, for our family, because this is the best time to enjoy this with loved ones. But remember, we don't need to have sugar to enjoy. We can have other alternatives, no? So, kami, we learned to cook the sugar-free way. Wala na kami, as much as possible, we don't buy anymore, no? Kung meron mang mga sugar dito, yung mga housemate lang namin sa apartment. Pero, hindi namin ginagamit. Never na kami gumagamit. Never na kami nakapagsaing. So, yun, I think what we will have are just mostly pork. Kasi magpapalit yun ata si maming lechon and low-carb donuts, nagkanon. I think maggagawa kami ng low-carb donuts, and magluluto din kami ng red velvet ba yun? I think magluluto kami ng red velvet cake, and si Sir Leomar, I'm not sure if he's here, sasabayan ko siya, lulutuan, sabay siya sa lulutuan namin. Meziel, hi Doc, Ilongga pala po kayo. Same po tayo. Yes, Ilonggo gid. Amo gid ni ang tutuod ko. I'm really Ilongga, okay? So, I'm here in Bacolod. I am Ilonggo, or Iloilo, that's Ilonggo, but it's actually the same language. But in here in Bacolod, we call that Hiligaynon, no? So it's Hiligaynon. But since I studied medicine in Cebu and college in Cebu, so that's like 10 years of my life in Cebu. So, kamao na sad mag-Bisaya. So, I'm also Bisaya. And with Tagalog, we are so fond of watching Tagalog movies and everything. And since it's like the common Filipino, so we also speak Tagalog. Okay? So, pwede. Lahat tayo. We are universal Filipino. Everyone here, lahat ay welcome, of course. So, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and for staying with me. So, feast safely this Christmas. Ano pang extra tips nyo? So, ano yung ulam? So, yung ulam, actually, walang problema eh. All the ulam, especially with Filipino dishes, somewhat low carb. Pati lang yung mga high carb, like sweet and sour. Okay? So, given na yan. Kate Almazan, hello po. Merry Christmas. God bless you too. Thank you so much for watching. So, sa ulam, wala naman tayong problema. Yung mga ham, yung mga ganyan, I think si Ma'am Regina, meron niyang recipe kung paano gumawa. You can search our group, Life Without Rice. Meron dyan, keto or low carb hamonado. Merong recipe dyan. You can do that. But if ever not, I think you cannot eat so much sugar sa isang ham. Kasi yung isang ham, per recipe niyan, ilang tablespoon lang naman ng sugar. At hindi naman yan lahat. As long as you don't take in the sauce, yung mga sugary sauce, hindi naman yan ganun kataas. I'm not sure. If you are very strict with your low carb, I admire you, of course, especially if you are doing it for more serious reasons, like for example, to cure an illness, to heal. Yes, you should be very strict. You should be you always watchful sa mga hidden sugars na tinatawag natin. But if you are already on maintenance and you know you are fasting every time, you are fasting minimum 16 to 20 hours in a day, I think you can tolerate a little hidden carbs like the ones in those special occasions, like in Christmas ham, for example, or kung ano mang mga specialty like sa adobo na may mga soy sauce. Those are little things na I feel like I don't need to stress myself. Hindi na ako kailangan magpaka-stress niyan. But if you want to think well, and of course you want to perfect this way of life, so go much better. Of course, kayang-kaya yan kung gugustuhin. You can have cocoa aminos instead of soy sauce, no? Instead of yung usual kasi, yung pineapple juice, sobrang taas ng carbohydrates. So, last time, what I did is kumuha lang ako ng pineapple flavoring. For example, yung mga flavoring, yung mga maliliit, yung mga McCormick, you can just do that. And you can just add yung artificial sweeteners kasi yung pineapple sauce or pineapple juice kasi essential siya for certain luto like mga tocino, hamonado, yung mga ganyan. So you can replace that, okay? And for drinks, of course, as much as possible, I just drink water, tea, or coffee minsan. Hindi na talaga ako nagso-soft drinks. But if ever I choose to, and kayo, kung gusto nyo din, you can just take zero calorie. Yung mga kung ano-ano. I know it's a very controversial topics kasi yung iba is saying na since it's processed, it can be very damaging, no? Yes, it can be damaging if you eat them every day, 3 times a day for the last year, no? But if you're eating it once a year, I think that won't hurt that much, you know? It's something that our body can handle as long as yung sinasabi natin, it should be that the exemption lang yung mga unhealthy habits. But the rule, or which is our normal, should be the healthier habits. So, kahit makakakain ka pa ng carbs, ng mga unhealthy foods, processed foods ngayong Christmas, if you look back the year ahead, the 2020 that has been, no, ano ba ang low carb na way of eating mo? Was it the rule or was it the exemption? I hope it is the I hope it is the rule rather. I hope it is the normal that you've been for the last 365. So 355 days, no, for the last 355. I know pandemic na 2020 somewhat rattled our norm, no, yung mga routine natin medyo nawala. But we can always get back on track. We can always, we may be off the wagon, sabi nila, no, nawala tayo sa landas, but we can always go back. Wala naman tayong gate na nagsasara. You can always go back to this way of life because, as I said, no, it's your own personal journey. And the people that are here, all 52 of you who are actively watching right now live, thank you so much. All of these people are just the bonus. Bonus lang yan. We are all here to support each other. But the primary motivation to stay healthy, to stay good, to eat the right way, to fast when necessary, it's gonna be on you. And your motivation is solely your own, no? So, whether it is your advocacy, o yung pamilya mo, o yung mga anak mo, o yung mga partner mo sa buhay, o yung charity na sinusupport mo, lahat ng yan. Or yung career mo na love mo, or kung ano man ang kinoconsider mong pinaka-importante para sa'yo, you have to have the right health so that masosupport mo yung mga bagay na yon. Because imagine, if you raise children who are very, very successful, who are very good, and who are doing the world a better place, but you won't be there to witness it, it will only be such a waste, no? And sayang, no? Na you are just giving up a very, very bright future, a very meaningful future, just because you give in every day for that rice or for that soft drinks or kung ano man yan. At least when you eat that, take it with a good reason, with a good support, no? Knowing na alam mo kung ano ang magagawa niyan sa sarili mo. Okay? At least you have to be conscious. Kasi, as I said, no, mahirap. Mahirap siya kapag hindi ka guided, kapag yung reason mo is hindi klaro. But when it is clear with you, then it's a very easy option. It's always easy to say no, knowing that what it can do to your body immediately, like immediately for us, no, whenever we take in extra carbs, nako, pagkagising namin, masakit ng katawan namin, sobrang bagal gumalaw, tapos parang pagod na pagod, halos walang hindi nakahinga. That's what carbs does to us, no? Yun yung ginagawa nila sa amin. But long term, it can even have more effects, no? Yung weight gain actually, although I know meron tayong no weight gain December challenge, but actually those no weight gain is just for mostly for beginners who are very, very conscious about their weight. But once you are in this way of life, you will understand. You will know that weight is not important at all. It is more important to have a better gauge of health, no? Like for example, how you are able to walk for kilometers na hindi ka napapagod. How you can carry your grandchildren, yung mga apo mo na kaya mo nang buhatin, yung pagtayo mo galing sa bed na noon masyadong masakit para sa iyong katawan. now that you can do so many things all at once, your mental clarity, your mental focus, how you're able to do stuff in a day na po sobrang dami, how you are productive, how you feel good about yourself, how light you feel, how your skin glows, how much less makeup you need kasi your skin will just naturally glow when you're healthy, how lesser makeup you need, how you're spending too little kasi nga nagpa-fasting ka. All of these benefits are better gauged and not just a lot better as compared to just the weight that we monitor in the scale. Okay, so we know we have the year 1 of no weight gain December, but this year we are doing the clean and lean December. I think it is much better. Clean and lean, not just yung mga sa sarili natin nakikita natin, but also our way of eating and how we deal with everything, no? So use better, choose your food well, better eat well, and know how to counter. Kasi, if I have to think, no, before, I think one thing na sobrang important talaga is the empowerment. Empowerment when it comes to food na kapag na meron kang na-miss na meal, ay hindi ka mamamatay at hindi mo kailangan mag-double eat, no, during that time. Or, most importantly, hindi mo kailangan bawiin sa susunod mong meal time. So, that is empowerment. That you don't be enslaved with food. Hindi dahil alas 12 na, ay kailangan mo nang kumain. At hindi dahil meron nang nakahain at kahit hindi ka pagutom, kailangan mong kumain. Of course not. The empowerment comes is knowing when to eat and what to eat when necessary. At yung empowerment na if ever kakain ka ng hindi masustansya, hindi nutritious, at least you know it so well. Hindi yung basta-basta bigla ka na lang sisipunin, bigla-bigla ka na lang uubuhin, bigla ka na lang mag-allergy at wala kang alam, clueless ka kung saan galing yan. So, the knowledge that too much carbohydrates, too much sugar, too much processed foods will do your body bad. And then, yet you still eat those, but just the knowledge that you know where it came from is already good enough. And then, eventually, alam mo, you will know. It is something that you can never unknow. Yun yung maganda sa way of life na to. Once you know, you will already be conscious, no? It's just up to you if you silent that part of your brain telling you when you are already eating too much, but no, Nawal, you have no one to blame. And if you choose the right food, if you choose the right way of eating, and if you choose the right people to surround you with, you also have nothing to thank for but yourself, no? So you also give yourself the necessary credit. I saw my sister-in-law Angela. Hello, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you are not very busy there. I wish to drop by later if meron pang time. Right now, we are actually already on our last 10 minutes of our program. Sobrang dali naman. Ganun ba ako kadaldal? Sorry ha, baka naano kayo. So, si Kate Almazan nagsabi, ang toyo po ba, ang pineapple juice, okay lang po ba flavor sa mga ulam? Like hamonado? Yun yung sinabi ko kanina. If you are a strict low carber or a strict faster na kailangan mo talaga to stay in ketosis, of course, you make them to the minimum. Imagine, isang kutsara ng soy sauce, 1 tablespoon, is already 15 grams of carbohydrates. Parang equivalent niya, parang almost 4 na teaspoon na sugar na. So, it's up to you if you can budget that. Of course, hindi mo naman hihigupin yan lahat. You can put it in your hamonado as flavoring. So, kung hindi ka naman super strict at saka hindi ka naman ganun ka, like nangangailangan mag-heal, no? Like serious illness like cancer or monitoring high degree of insulin resistance, you can just take them. But know that if you are still on your early phase or if you wish to lose weight, baka mag-stall yung weight loss mo or baka kung ano man ang progress ang minomonitor mo, baka ma-stall ng kaunti. And that's what I'm saying na it's okay as long as you know that it's gonna happen. Hindi yung parang clueless ka lang. And you know how to get back. And how to get back, of course, it's either through fasting. That's the fastest way. But of course, I know not everyone is built to do fasting. Yung mga sinasabi ko nga fasting is actually more of a mental challenge, no? Hindi siya more on physical or physiological. It's more on psychological challenge talaga. And those people who were able to fast for more than 24 hours, you have my admiration. I am so proud of you. I consider you as one of those people who are mentally tough, no? Mental toughness yan. It's more of about mental toughness. Kung hindi ka mentally tough, hindi mo matatapos yung book 1. Kasi yung book 1, it's all about fasting and delving more on extended fasting. So, kahit hindi mo gagawin ang extended fasting, dadaanan nandyan. Anong food mo, Tita Ging? Ano yan?
Pork.
Egg and egg
chicken.
soup and chicken.
Yeah.
No rice, of course. That's for my brother, Bapi. Dinner na nila. So, yan, I'm sure, no, na you can do it, no? For those naman na hindi kayang gawin ang extended fasting, but at least you know, yung idea lang na, for example, baka kung anong mangyari na like mas stranded ka somewhere at hindi ka makakain, at least you will not lose your head thinking na baka mamatay ka na. Know that an average person is said to have 6 weeks worth of fat stores sa katawan. So, imagine, yung normal na tao, like ako, I think normal BMI na ko. Normal BMI ko na to, if ever I will be trapped in an island, I can survive for 6 weeks na walang pagkain. Tubig lang. Tubig at asin lang. Yun lang. I can survive. Because our fats is so dense. Sobrang energy dense yan. Sobrang malaman yan. Na 1 pound of fats, for example, na mawawala sa'yo, 1 pound is about 500 grams, no? And 500 grams of fats is equal to times 9. So, that is 4,900. So, 4,900, times 9, 5 times 9, 45. 4,500 kilocalories na yan. So, if you're not doing anything, that's 4,500 kcal worth of energy that can last you for 3 or 5 days already. So, if you are active, of course, you are burning more, no? So, you will need more. So, baka for a 70 kilogram man na nag-exercise, no? So, 2,000 calories. So, baka 2 1/4 day niya lang yan. So, it's up to you. So, that is actually the concept of fasting, no? Each day will have an equivalent fat burning na store sa katawan mo. So, just know, kahit hindi ka nag-extended fasting, enough na if ever mangyari sa'yo by hook or by crook or by accident na hindi ka makakain, you will have the good mindset knowing that you are okay. And this is actually a good opportunity to fast, no? Hindi kami, as what I've mentioned a while ago, we are not, our religion does not practice we don't have a religion that practice these traditions and all those, but pwede ko rin sabayan, like the fasting of Ramadan and the fasting during Lent season. Pwede kong sabayan yan. And if you want to do that, I think that is also a good opportunity kasi yung mga sa paligid mo, it will become a norm for the general public. Kasi nga, yung sabi natin, fasting has been accepted for centuries but only focus on the spiritual side, on the medical side, but not much as a means to heal, as a tool to improve your life, as a tool to improve your brain fog, as a tool to heal your allergies and mga arthritis at inflammation, and even certain diseases like cancers, diabetes, no? Marami yan na kayang-kayang i-heal ng cancer. But of course, you shouldn't do it alone, unguided. You should have the right mindset, the right knowledge, and the right know-how, how to prepare para hindi ka naman malagay sa danger, no? Kasi if you're doing it with the wrong mindset, isang araw, 2 araw lang, give up ka na and you will swear your life na hindi mo na gagawin ulit. And that is so sayang. Sayang na nakaya mong mag-fast for 36 hours but with the wrong mindset only to dread it afterwards. I-dread mo kasi nga you were suffering then. But if you are in the right mindset, just like EJ is sobrang payat na ngayon, no? Nasa na siya, goal weight na talaga siya. Nagpa-fasting pa din siya for optimum health and she is now listening to her body. Kumakain na lang siya kung kailan talaga siya gutom. And the first time she did that fasting, but because of the right mindset, it will actually be very, very liberating, very, very empowering. If you are in the right mindset, yung fasting period mo, it will become a sense of enjoyment, a sense of fulfillment, and a sense of empowerment. Okay? So for those of you who have been following us now, who are here right now, if it's your first time to hear about fasting, huwag mag-alala. Marami pa tayong topics about fasting as my own personal achievement sa mga... recently kasi, I've been doing a lot of CVs, no? Yung resumes, no? Inedit ko yung resumes ko. Kasi, I have to present somewhere na kailangan yung CV ko and kailangan as a speaker, yung nag-guest ako as speaker. So, inedit ko siya. And I realized na marami pala akong nagawa. Parang yung mga pang maganda sa resume na mga nagawa. But above all, no, sa lahat ng achievements ko, yung pinakamalaking achievements ko, hindi pwedeng isulat doon. Kasi para sa iba, hindi siya achievement. But for me, it is a personal achievement that I achieved a 12 days water-only fasting. So, yun, hindi man siya pang resume, but for me, I take pride in it as my own personal record, and that is something that I want to beat someday. Of course, hindi ko na magagawa yan if lower BMI na ako. So, I have an excuse. So, pwede akong nasa middle lang na part ng BMI kasi magpa-fasting pa ako later for longer periods. But as for you, no, especially the ones who are already at the top of your health, just maintaining, or already just a very active way of life, you don't really need to fast. Maybe you can do 3 days fasting, 24 hours fasting, kahit once a year, or kahit twice a year lang. And that's already okay to reset your immune system, to initiate autophagy or the cleansing mechanism ng katawan natin. Yes, Himalayan salt, sino to? Kate Amazan, ako din po, Doc. Okay lang po ba maglagay ng Himalayan salt sa apple cider vinegar while on fasting? Yes, that is all electrolytes and approved during fasting. Of course, yung iba sasabihin nila yung apple cider vinegar is already dirty fast, but for me, I don't consider it as dirty fast. Dirty fasting are those that are like sweet in flavor but 0 calorie, or yung mga artificial sweeteners, or yung mga merong calorie containing, like mga fat bombs, yung mga soup, yung mga ganon, considered as dirty fasting. But for me, apple cider vinegar, it's 0 calorie, and it's not sweet at all. And yes, I know, yung apple, kapag nilagyan mo siya ng asin, it will make the vinegar more palatable. Mas masarap siya if you're taking it purely. But if you're taking it as a juice, no, with water and ice, it will be very, very refreshing even without the salt. So, yun. So, thank you very much for staying with me. Sino pa ba ang nandyan? Maraming Sharon Roldan. Thank you very much for the insight. Thank you very much din po for watching. Jipa Samakumaldo, thank you very much. So, yun. How to safely feast during Christmas is either you stay low carb the whole time, or you plan your feasting like anything you eat, all that you can eat, buffet, lahat na nandyan pwedeng kainin. But you can fast before or fast after. And if you choose to eat carby foods, no, especially desserts, merong isang trick dyan. You eat it together with a nutrients-dense food. Like for example, instead of chocolate, eat nuts with chocolate, like almond dip in chocolates, no? Para mas mabusog ka, and at the same time, you will have a sense of pleasure and satisfaction in one. Kasi, kapag puro chocolate lang, walang satisfaction yan. It's all just pleasure. And magkakapunta ka sa vicious cycle of just craving it without feeling satisfied. But when you're eating something yummy, that is pleasurable, but at the same time, something filling and nutritious, like those nuts, no? Safe na safe yung mga almond nuts, walnut, pecan, and all those other healthy nuts. Yung peanuts, hindi masyadong healthy, so highly inflammatory, so kung kakain ko konti lang, hindi lalagpas sa isang ganyan kamay natin, okay? Sa isang kuha. So, if you do that, you have the tendency to feel satisfied and feel good about what you eat, and you will not overeat, no? And for today's tip, yun sabi natin, chew more. When you eat, you can chew up to 20 times. Count 20 times. Count 20 times before swallowing. That way, mariregulate yung pagkain mo. You will tend to eat to not overeat, no? At the same time, ang mamahal ng nuts, mahal kaya nga hindi ka kakain ng marami kasi mahal. Yun yung technique dyan. Kapag mahal, kontian lang ng pagkakain at isipin, naka-fasting ka. I have this what I call fasting mindset. Kapag ayokong kumain ng sobra-sobra, I will just think na fasting ako ngayon. Pero yung totoo, kakain ako. Pero konti lang. So that kaya kapag gusto ko pang kumain, but I have to stop myself, sasabihin ko, pasalamat ka nga, nakakain ka pang konti, di ba? As compared to fasting at all. So, yun yung mga mindset sa mga mindset na maganda with fasting. The moment you were able to experience having nothing, having a little is already feels like feasting. So, it's all just a matter of mindset lang yan. Saan po nakakabili ng murang macadamia nuts? Diyan, kapag meron kang nalaman, sabihan mo ko, no? Imagine, bumili ako ng isang kilong pecan, walnut, and ilang kilong almonds. Marami yan. Pili, kahit pili, bumili ako. And isa yung favorite ko ngayon, Brazilian na lang, sir. Brazilian nuts. I think half the price ng macadamia nuts. But sobrang sarap at sobrang laki. Ganito sila kalaki. Yung laki nila parang mga malalaking whole na garlic. Para siyang garlic na malaki. Sobrang sarap. Yun na yung favorite. Pinaka-favorite ko, yung Brazilian nuts. Sobrang sarap. Nandyan lang sa Shopee at saka sa Lazada. May nandyan lang yan. Kapag yung macadamia, hindi ko afford yung 1 kilo. Bumili ako 1/4 kilo lang. Kasi sobrang mahal talaga. Ang sakit-sakit sa heart. So, hindi na lang. Magpa-fasting na lang ako. At magbar-Brazilian nuts if ever. Kapag meron kang alam na merong macadamia nuts na mura, sabihan mo ako. Bibili din ako. Okay? So, I think we are already 6:31. We are already 1 minute past our time. Thank you so much for watching. Christmas tayo ha. This Friday, that's December 25. So, meron pa din tayong live. I'll spend my Christmas with you, 5:30 p.m. If meron kayong get-together sa family, watch it together with your family para sila din maka-learn about our way of life and our way of eating. And it's going to be a live Q&A. So, lahat ng questions, welcome. Kung meron man silang question, especially yung mga skeptics dyan, yung mga sobrang nagsasabi na fad lang ang keto and low carb, bahala sila. We will answer that this Friday. I hope you stay tuned and I hope you get to share this para malaman ng iba. Thank you so much, guys. Happy week ahead. Merry Christmas in advance and I'll see you this coming 25 Friday for our live Q&A. Bye-bye!